mighty keys. If you remember, a few weeks ago, Randy Pitchford had a crazy tweet that went along the lines of somebody asked, hey, don't let Borderlands be $80. We don't want to pay $80. Randy Pitchford, the guy who created Gearbox, what am I talking about? The guy who was like the head of Gearbox or Borderlands was like, hey, if you're a real Borderlands fan, you'll find a way because I found a way in, 1924 and I don't know. Anyways, he got backlash, right? We made a video about it. Everyone made videos about it. He got some backlash, right? And today, or yesterday really, we found out, hooray, right? Gamers won because, look, it's not going to be $80. It is going to be a $70 game that is the standard price that new games have been from AAA companies for the past 5 years. So that's a W in my book. We got it down to, right, preferably, everyone would want games to be $60 again, like they were in 2014, 2015, 2016, yada, yada. Since 2020, they have gone up to $70 for new AAA games. We were worried that it was going to hike again within just 5 years to $80 since Nintendo started the whole $80 game thing. Well, good news, Borderlands 4 will not be $80, it will be $70. However, there's more than meets the eye that you find out a little bit later. So the standard edition is will be $70. That's the edition I'll get. I'm pretty sure that's the edition most people will get. What's funny is that today, they actually released previews on Borderlands, and everyone is saying it's amazing. Very critical reviewers are even saying, hey, this is 10 times better than Borderlands 3. And I actually like Borderlands 3. I think the story was terrible. I think the villains were awful. I think Handsome Jack is still the number one GOAT villain. I think the writing was not great, but the gameplay was fun. I loved just shooting stuff, blowing stuff up, and having different weapons. And a lot of the gripes that I've had with Borderlands 3 seem to be getting rectified. Like the fact that legendaries literally meant nothing because you just get them every 5 seconds. And just overall, the tone and pacing of the game seems to be different. So that's a good thing. And I think they dropped the news about the money yesterday because I guess maybe they are confident, right? They're confident in their work. But what I wanted to talk about is you go to the website, right? Because you want to get your $70 game. All right. But then you go and you look and you see all the stuff. Borderlands Standard Edition, Deluxe Edition, Super Deluxe Edition. I normally do not get more than just the standard because it's like, if I like the game, eventually in the future I'll get a season pass or something. If I like it that much, right? I have been fortunate in my career to now get, games for free just through many different avenues. Sometimes it's not even from the actual developing team. It's just different avenues as a creator you get different games. But if I'm going to make a review about it, I'm always going to buy the game anyway. So I at least can put myself in the shoes of a person who's like going to who's going to spend money on the game and then actually get it, right? So if they give me a deluxe edition, I'll buy a deluxe edition. Things like that. For this, I don't see myself getting more than the standard edition because I don't know. I need to know the game's good before I spend extra money on something. Anyways, for the deluxe edition, you get Vault Hunter skin, One Weapon skin, Echo Drone skin. Okay, sure, whatever. And then you get 4 unique areas. This is where it gets crazy, right? Because for the Bounty Pack bundle, the first one you could say, okay, those are just extra skins. Who cares? It's locked behind a paywall. If I want extra cosmetics, I'll get it. This is where the problem starts because there are 4 unique areas, missions, and bosses tied to the Bounty Pack bundle. Meaning, there's actual gameplay content that is locked behind a paywall. That's when it becomes a problem. Okay? That's when it becomes like, hey, whoa, wait a minute, what? I don't like games that do stuff like that. And this isn't just like one boss, right? This is 4 different unique areas. That's a lot of content. I saw the areas in the preview section, and the areas are pretty big, right? What you get to play for is pretty. This is 4 unique areas that you are now going to get locked out of. including missions and bosses, unless you get the deluxe edition, right? Or super. Okay, then you go down the Firehawk's Fury one weapon skin again, whatever. Cosmetics, I don't care. If someone wants to pay more for cosmetics, I don't care. Or if it gets locked behind a paywall, I don't care. To some extent, right? I still, in a perfect world, would like it if all the stuff was just available that you can unlock organically through playing the game. But if someone wants to pay more money for another skin, they do whatever. Currently, this is the big issue. Then we go down to this Vault Hunter Pack. You only get this for the Super Deluxe Edition. And with this, you get new playable Vault Hunters. What? I'm sorry. What? Are you cranking my hog? Like, 2 new playable hunters, 2 new map regions, a new story and side mission, new gear, weapons, new Vault Hunter. Brother, what is happening? What is happening? What is happening? You need to get the Super Deluxe Edition just to have access to the full game. This is crazy. I had to retract my statement about gamers winning because they got me with the bait and switch. I didn't see the other editions because I normally don't pay attention to the other editions. I only get the standard edition. Not only are you locked out of 4 unique bosses, more missions, more bosses, areas, you're locked out of 2 playable Vault Hunters, 2 maps, story missions, side missions. Why is this not in the game? That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. That is egregious. And I don't even know how much is the Super Deluxe Edition, right? Let's look and see. Oh my God. It's so much. It's like so much content for. I don't even see the price. Where's the price? Let's just pre-order on Steam. Let's just say that. That is. This has to be a gag. The Super Deluxe Edition is damn near twice the base edition. We cannot play this game unless we pay $130. I love Borderlands. I'm a Borderlands simp. I played all of them except 1. I started with 2, played, the pre-sequel, played 3, played Tiny Tina's Wonderland, and guess what? I'm a simp. I love all the Borderlands. Gunning, shooting, looting and shooting is just something I love. Right? Brainless, just shooting, mindless, just it's almost therapeutic. I'm just sitting down, headset on, listening to an album, just collecting loot, shooting. I love it. It gives me the same feeling I have when I play Diablo 2 and late Diablo 3. It gives me that, right? But this is egregious. This is like ridiculous. If they give me the Super Deluxe Edition, I have to buy the actual Super Deluxe Edition. So I'm going to decline getting the Super Deluxe. If someone offers me the Super Deluxe Edition to review, I'm going to decline it because I don't want to pay $130 for this shit. Yeah, this needs to be talked about. There needs to be more people talking about this. This is egregious. Again, skins, stuff like that. I don't care if you want to get like an art book or something in the deluxe edition or a, I don't know, soundtrack or whatever. I don't care about that stuff. Whatever. Whoever wants to buy it can buy it. But when you're saying I'm locked out of actual gameplay content or playable characters, unless I spend $130, you can suck my big black dick. This is crazy. I don't understand how this even flew by. More people were upset about the fact this could be $80. I don't hear anyone talking about this. This is objectively worse. Objectively worse. The whole game is $130. I don't understand. Now if I get the standard edition, in my head I'm just gonna be like, but I could be playing with more areas, more characters. And I'm also confused because, and guys, you have to understand, I'm a very optimistic gamer. I'm not cynical at all. At no point have I ever been cynical in my life, and I think that is a contributing factor of me being successful in the areas of my life that I am, because I always look on the bright side. Now, obviously it's good to be realistic as well. But for me, I'm just giving you context, because for me to be talking about this in a negative light means this shit is bad. All right, you can't do this. This is terrible. This is just terrible. This is horrible, and I need people to be talking about this. It is egregiously bad, and I'm confused about the two new playable hunters, because usually when Borderlands comes out with about 4 characters, usually. About 4 characters. We have only seen 2 characters so far in the game. Are they saying that there's going to be 2 other characters that's going to get introduced, and then you get 2 new characters that are locked behind the paywall? Or are you fucking telling me that the 2 characters we saw are the only 2 characters that come in the standard edition, and the other 2 characters are locked behind the paywall? Because, again, they start with 4 characters. We've already seen 2 characters, and 2 characters are locked behind a paywall. So either we start this game on Standard Edition with 2 characters, or you start with Super Deluxe Edition with 4 characters. Or the base game is 4 characters, and 2 characters are, this is what I don't understand. Okay, are these DLC? Because I do know that Borderlands, a lot of games will have DLC, like Season Pass 1, Season Pass 2, and there's DLC characters in previous Borderlands. I do know that. So are they saying that the 2 new playable Vault Hunters and the story missions and the side missions are part of a DLC pack that'll happen a year from now or months from now, and it comes into a season pass? Because for it to be $130, that's still too much. That's still too much. I'm trying to be as objective as possible, because they have done that in the past, and I have bought, in Borderlands 2, I bought DLC, right, to play as DLC characters. Okay, so it's happened in the past. It'd be weird if I just tried to point it out now. But this makes it seem like at launch there will be 2 new playable Vault Hunters that you can only play if you buy the 130 package. If that is true, that's ridiculous. And I'm going to be honest, even if it's not true and it's DLC later on down the road, you are still paying almost double for DLC. Season 1, Season 2. That's not a thing. You pay $70 for a game, an expansion or DLC shouldn't be anything like a big expansion, right? We're talking about Elden Ring's DLC, right? That was huge. I think it was $40, I think. Nothing should ever be more than that. You're asking for $130. I don't understand it. I'm lost for words, guys. You need genuinely, we need to be talking about this, because that is terrible. That is terrible. So Super Deluxe, Deluxe, and Standard. Now there's supposed to be another edition that they're not even showing up here. And I think because it got that's the one that actually got a huge bunch of backlash. I think there's a collector's edition that is $150. And the kicker is, it does not come with the game. I'm going to see if I can find that. 1 second. There is a GameStop exclusive, the Borderlands 4 Echo 4 bundle. And this one has to be the worst one. I thought it couldn't get worse. It got worse. If I'm reading this correctly, okay, you get this huge big figurine. Now, historically, when your collector's edition or exclusive edition comes with big figurine, it's usually over $100. All right, because you get the game and you get this limited edition exclusive figurine that's usually pretty detailed. Okay. People, and they're also there's I don't know, if I can 2,000 of them made or something crazy. I understand if you want to be, this is a legitimate collector's edition thing. It's exclusive. Who knows? You may be able to resell this in 10 years for I don't know, $500,000 on my people. Look, there's a genre of people that do this. No shit, that's fine. I don't care about that part. The issue I'm hearing is, what? The game is sold separately. You don't even get the game in this $150 pack. Dog, what? So you're paying $150 for the figurine because you don't get the game. It says you get a shift code for 5 golden keys in Borderlands 4. If you guys don't know, shift codes are just like loot, right? You go into one of the shift loots chest boxes, you plug in the codes, and it gives you like really good rares or really good legendaries, right? And periodically, like Borderlands 2, even to this day, I think, would just send out shift codes that you can go back into the game, and that's cool. Like, I like that. It's free. It's usually something that you go on Twitter, you go on something, and you'll find just free. I don't even know if it's considered DLC, just free added content periodically, randomly, and it's kind of fun. You get, oh shoot, I found it. I get more loot, and cool. I've gotten some cool stuff from it in Borderlands 3. But that's not the game. That's just loot inside the game that you can't play because it don't come with the game. what do you mean, bro? How you gonna give loot to a game that the person can't even play? So to play the game, you gotta spend $220 because you gotta buy the $70 game in addition to the $150 bundle. And let's just say you wanted to get all the content, right? That's $130 plus $150. You are spending $280, probably $300 with tax to play Borderlands 4. I'm about to kill myself. Like, this is crazy. I have never in my life seen some bullshit like this. Why did it have to be from a franchise I love? Why? Why couldn't it be in something like, I don't know, Warframe? I don't know. Why couldn't it have been something else, bro? What is this? None of this is worth it. None of this is worth it, bro. I understand this is all optional. Okay? When it doesn't become optional is when you take away actual gameplay content and lock it behind the paywall. If you just got this Echo bundle and it didn't come with the game, that's still someone else's prerogative. They want to buy it, sure. But I get to, but you put, if it's one bad thing, okay. If it's one, then two, then three, you get to put them all together and see the bigger picture, and you get to judge all of it together. All right. So if this was just its own thing, right? You got the base game for $70, and then the deluxe edition had like skins. Who cared? The super deluxe edition had skins, and I don't know, some cosplayer comes to your house dressed as one of the Guardians and says, "Hey, you're a great guy" or something. Whatever. If someone wants to consume, they consume that. But when you lock content, actual gameplay content, behind a paywall that should have just been in the standard game, that's when I get to criticize this. This is egregiously bad, and again, I just need people to talk about this. I've been ranting on for a long time, guys, but I just wanted to talk about this. I love Borderlands. I hate that this is happening, and I really hope they change their mind. That's kind of it. Anyways, guys, let me know what you guys think. If you're new, subscribe, and yeah, I'm out. Peace.